Dear students, today we are going to learn about an important topic, the caste system. We all know that the caste influences positively or adversely in our life. Whether we like it or not, the caste system still persists. So let us learn more about its origin, various theories that from the basics of caste system. Ours is a country of castes. An Indian faces the question of which caste he or she belongs to in many occasions of life. Let it be a school admission of a child or any other legal action. We need to declare our caste. How many riots have happened in the name of caste? How many films were taken with the theme caste? How many reformers have come to eliminate this caste system from our society? How many protests would have happened to eliminate untouchability? How various governments and leaders of our country has used law to preserve the rights of every citizen and bring equality among us. We can see as many murders happening in our society in the name of caste. Can you guess how many couples are not living with their loved ones because of families not accepting their love in the name of caste? Can you guess how many jatis are there in our country? There are more than 3,000 castes and there exists a hierarchy among them. So from where does this caste system come from? Who created this? When, what is the basics of dividing the people in the name of caste? Isn't it interesting to know the answer for all these questions? Let us now move on and understand the caste system in detail in this session and few more sessions to come. Caste. Caste is one of the social stratification. In simple terms, members of certain occupation or economic position are grouped together and they are called themselves as one caste. For example, Yadava is the caste where people earn their living through cattle feeding. Lord Krishna was brought up in this caste, but later he ruled Dwarka. By birth, he belonged to Kshatriya. Some say caste is a system of grouping into such classes, higher caste and lower caste. Two words which are often used in the society are upper caste and lower caste. In short, people who have power and money are called upper caste people, and who don't have money and power are called lower caste. Lower caste people always listen to what the authority says. Upper caste people generally never respect the feeling of inferior as human, but they want lower caste people to respect and obey their words. This treatment was practiced for many years. The term caste is used in two senses basically, varnas and jatis. Though caste system is viewed predominantly by Hinduism by the outer world, caste system exists in other religions like Christianity and Muslim too. But the origin can be traced back to Hinduism concept of varna. Varna means order or rank. There are 4 varnas which are classified based on the occupation of the people. People who are close to God and perform yagas and pujas, the priests are called as Brahmins. People who are warriors are called Kshatriyas. Similarly, the merchants are called Vaishyas and other laborers are Shudras. Beginning of the caste system. Among all countries in the world, Indian caste system grabs attention from many authors, philosophers and researchers to study and research about it. Why? Because Indian caste system is very complicated, having lasted around 3,500 years. Indian caste system is a traditional organization of South Asian, particularly Hindu, society in a hierarchy of hereditary groups called castes. In the words of Dr. D.N. Majumdar, it is evident from the fact that after a century of painstaking and meticulous research in the history and function of the social system, we do not possess yet a valid explanation of this unique system. It is very difficult to find out the origin of caste system. Many philosophers and researchers have been working out for the same. But no definite and strong evidence is available to known to date of the origin of caste system. Theories of the origin of the caste system. There are various theories from which the basics of the caste system. The features which are found in these theories are: caste was hereditary based on occupation, marriage occurred only within castes, well-established hierarchy between castes. Based on these factors, the following 8 theories are put up. Being a sociology student, it's very important to understand these theories: traditional theory, political theory, religious theory, occupational theory, evolution theory, racial theory, cultural integration theory, man theory or theory of man. Traditional theory. There is a story behind this theory. According to Hindu mythology, Lord Brahma is the creator of the universe. It is believed that members of different castes were born out of different parts of his body. Brahmins were born out of mouth, Kshatriya out of the hands, Vaishyas out of the stomach or things, while the Shudras out of feet. These castes have to perform the function according to the function of body. Brahmins, as they hailed from mouth, they chant mantras, do pujas and are generally learned men. Kshatriyas have hailed from the hands. They are very courageous. They rule the country and serve the army. Vaishyas, who are born out of the stomach, are merchant, and the Shudras, hailing from the feet, take care of occupation such as cobbler, sweeper, etc. We can cite examples from many texts that one's nature alone and not birth determines to which varna one belongs. It is generally agreed that in the ancient Aryan society, the varnas were functional groupings and not enclosed endogamous birth-descent groups. The Vaishnavas empathetically define varna based on one's actions. Bhagavata Purana, one's nature alone determined to which varna one belongs. The Tantrits claim that all those who accept the kula, dharma becomes kulas. There are critics about the theory as it is only superficious and not on reality. This theory is an ideological representation about origin of the caste system, craftsmanship and caste. The origins of caste system in India may be traced to racial beginnings with the settlement of Aryans. But as years passed by, it took an entirely different curve which transmitted from the origin. It slowly developed with the needs of the Ajarian settlement, which later grew into a feudal society. The caste system, which originated based on the race, subsequently developed into the feudal or the occupational division of society. In India too, as in many other parts of the world, apart from agriculture, there was development of handicraft industry. During the medieval period, the European countries had a system called guild system in society. Similarly, in India, the occupation determined the caste. As per this theory, there are only 4 castes. But how come we have hundreds of castes in each state now? There are many subcastes also. Many subcastes will not fit into these 4 castes. Can you think of some examples? For example, Yadavas, Kurmis don't fit into this 4. Also, every vocation became a caste, like Bhandiya, Lohar, Dhobi, etc. Thus, the caste became a social institution corresponding to handicraft industry. Political theory. In ancient days, the social group Brahmins are learned scholars, and they wanted to learn the superior-most places in the society and control the functions of the society. This theory was originally propounded by French scholar Nibet du Bais. Amongst Indian thinkers, Dr. Guray has supported this theory. He described the important characteristics of Indian caste system. First is segmentation of society into various divisions. Caste system, according to Dr. Guray, also society divided into separate group in which states, social duties and rights are different. In such a society, caste feeling amongst the individual is more dominant than social feeling. Each caste has its own rules and regulations, and if a member breaks these, he is expelled from the caste. For example, In a village, a person who belongs to high caste should not share things to low caste people and should not respond positive to any of their invite. If he or she breaks this rule, head of the high caste community or panchayat leader punishes him or her. When a person is born, from his birth, he or she had to follow the particular caste what his or her mother and father belongs to. His or her parents brought them up in such a way. He or she knew how to treat other caste people. Now, second characteristic is hierarchy. There is a well-defined stratification. Let us understand what stratification is. It means grouping people based on various types in the arrangement of various castes. Castes are ranked. Brahmin at the top, next to Brahmins came Kshatriya, and then Vaishya, and then Shudra. As this system is based upon the birth of an individual, change from one caste to another is very difficult. But there are exceptions. Now can we think that the importance of caste system is gradually losing its conservation? Yes, it is partially true. Why it was just partially true? Because in Indian villages, this characteristic of caste is still present. But in big cities where industries have gripped persons of all caste, role of caste has become low. Now switching to third characteristics. Restrictions on feeding, drinking and other social interactions. There are sets of rules by which a person belonging to a caste is forbidden to take food with the members of another caste. To understand better, let us see one of the rules. A Brahmin cannot take food cooked with water in a Kshatriya's house because he can take food prepared and cooked in full ghee. The fourth characteristic is restrictions on marriages. According to restriction on marriage, intercaste marriage is strictly prohibited in Hindu society. In fact, each of the main castes of Hindus is subdivided into such castes and marriage outside one's own subcaste is not favored. Now switching to last characteristics. Disabilities and privileges of different castes. In Hindu caste system, Brahmins are the most privileged castes and Shudra are worst privileged castes. Brahmin cannot choose the profession of Shudra's occupation. Vice versa is also not possible. We might have seen and few also experienced this example in ancient days and now somewhere in India this may happen. Let us see what. A Shudra cannot even touch an individual of higher caste. He cannot go to a temple or open a provision store. Besides these, there are some kinds of restriction in the choice of occupations amongst various castes. In traditional Hindu caste system, there was clear-cut division of occupations amongst the four castes. A Shudra cannot take the profession of a priest. A Brahmin could not make shoes. But due to changes in the environment of the country, the division of occupation lost its importance. Religious theory. According to this theory, the caste system has grown out of religious customs, traditions, sanskars, etc. In ancient India, the king or the ruler was recognized as the representative of the god and religion. Since he was the representative of the religion, those who were connected with the religion were given higher position. Different people had to discharge different functions for the administration of the ruler. Those functions later on were responsible for origin and creation of different castes. Supporters of this theory also put forward in view that caste system has grown out of the restriction and food habits, taking food with different people and groups of people. Originally, there was no restrictions on taking food or interdining. People worship different gods and those who worship common god thought themselves to be the sons of common ancestors. Later on, worship of different gods to treat but with people who worship some other god. This laid foundation for the caste system. Occupational theory. This theory was originally founded by Nesfield, who set the occupation in the main base of the theory of the caste system. Some of the occupations are considered superior while others are considered inferior, and so on. The basis of the superiority and infirmity of these occupations, the followers of these occupations were considered superior and inferior. As a result of this, caste system was born. He has, in support of his theory that ancient Indian Brahmins alone did not come as Purohits. Kshatriyas also take to this task. All those who carried the functions of the Purohits were considered superior. As a result of the complications of the religion customs and traditions, Purohits had to take to specializations. Thus, all these who knew this specialized takes were considered Brahmins and superior to others. As time passed, they organized themselves into a group and called themselves as Brahmins. Similarly, followers of other occupations also organized them into a group or a class, and so the system of caste or caste system developed. Nesfield reorganized functions as slow paces of caste system. Evolutionary theory. According to this theory, the caste system, like other social institution, has originated as a result of the previous of the evolution. Originally, the people were engaged in different occupations and they had their own organizational setup. Men of one occupational could take another occupation. Later on, with this mortality was stopped and these occupational groups became closed groups. The caste system came into being. Denzel Ibistin has further pointed out that originally man led a nomadic life. Later on, agriculture and thereafter the industry came into being. This group about the development of the economic life and the rural in order to purpose his economic policy had to divide the society into various groups based on occupation. These groups, on order to maintain their prestige and status, clashed with one another. As a result of these structural, the class of the Purohits became veritas and they not only established their supremacy but also established the practice of the endogamy. Other groups also followed scent. And so different castes came into being. Racial theory. It was Sir Herbert Roseley who, for the first time in his book, The People of India, propounded his theory in which he recognized the importance of the racial element. He said that two factors, racial and deficiencies and endogamous marriages, have been responsible for the development of caste system. Different castes were born out of the mixture of these groups, anti-classes. As a result of the struggle of different racial groups, endogamous groups were born. They tried to maintain their racial and cultural purity and also maintain their unity. As a result of this, divine occupations were fixed for these different classes and later on the caste system developed. Culture integration theory. According to this theory, caste system is a result of the mingling and interaction process. When people of different origin came into contact and start to have social interactions and communications, there will be an evolution of new systems and beliefs. This theory was propounded by Professor S. C. Rai, who said that every race has its own characteristics. In this respect, he pointed out that the Indo-Aryans had the characteristics. In this respect, he pointed out that the Indo-Aryans had the characteristics of bond system and the concept of curve, while Dravidians had the bond system and the pre-Dravidians had the characteristics of concepts of the self. All these characteristics got influenced as a result of coming together of these races and some institution of caste system developed. Thus, caste has become a growing entity and numerous subcastes are formed. Manu Theory or theory of many. It was Professor Houghton, an authority on the study of caste system, had propounded this theory. According to Professor Houghton, the caste system was present in India even before the Aryans came. Aryans made it more clear in putting themselves over the above everybody. He has further said that even today in India, There are certain places where every village is an independent unit and all the inhabitants of that village follow the same occupation. In order to clarify the restrictions regarding the eating, he took resource to the theory of Manu. According to him, Manu is a power which is to be found in every object and which enters another person or object because of contact or touch. It gives good as well as bad results. These theories give the view of different scholars and social thinkers in regard to the development of the caste system. In fact, caste system is not the result of one factor or two factors. Several factors are responsible for its origin and development. It is neither solely social or religious. Similarly, it is neither based on occupational division nor on racial factors. To conclude, we can say that it is urged that the Indian caste system is a natural result of the interaction of a number of geographical, social, political, religious and economic factors not elsewhere found in conjunction. In this session, we understood what caste is, what are the various theories of origin of caste system. We also discussed some of the features of each of these theories. I'm very sure all of these would have given you a clear picture about caste system. Now you will start to think about the caste system that exists today and the impact it has in our day-to-day life. These are very valid and we will be discussing about them in the sessions to come. This session would have helped you to get ready to discuss about all these.